I'm going to teach you a technique today that has the ability to change your life forever. We are going to learn a breathing technique. Why is this so important? Because we breathe 22,000 times in a day on average, which means we have 22,000 opportunities to breathe in a way that is not supportive for our nervous system. And our nervous system controls every other system in our bodies. So this is the key to our health. I'm going to teach you an acronym that I made up based on a bunch of research that I read. The acronym is SEND. So the first letter, S, is for slow and soft, which means that this acronym is more of a send than an actual send, but let's just say it's SEND for the purpose of this video. So slow and soft. Slow your breathing down, meaning that you're going to try to breathe about 4 to 6 breaths per minute, which is way slower than you think it is, meaning that you're going to have to pause at the top and the bottom of your breath. When you take a breath in, you hold for a bit. When you breathe out, you might also hold for a bit at the bottom to make it nice and slow. You also want to breathe really softly. So sometimes when I tell clients to take a deep breath, they take this very intense breath, and that is not going to be helpful for regulating your nervous system because it screams to your nervous system that you're not safe. So you want to take a soft and slow breath. Now you'll notice that when I exhaled, it was longer than my inhale. So that's the E. We want to make our exhale longer than our inhale. In order to do that, you might need to make a sound. So kind of like letting the air out of a balloon, you might need to go or shh to allow the air to come out a little bit slower. Make it at least twice as long as your exhale. This stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest or your regulation part of your nervous system. We also want to breathe in through the nose. Breathing in through your nose actually produces a chemical called nitric oxide, which can help support in the regulation of your nervous system. And we want that, more of that chemical. So we want to breathe in through our nose. It also improves your immune system, which we all need these days. The next letter is D for diaphragm. So we want to use our diaphragm to breathe. A lot of us are breathing apically, meaning that we're breathing from the top of our lungs. We're not using the full capacity of our lungs to breathe, and we're not belly breathing. If you look at a puppy or a baby, you'll see that their abdomen goes in and out when they breathe, and that is the natural way of breathing. If we're breathing from the top of our lungs, that means we're not using our diaphragm as much. We're using our accessory muscles in our neck and shoulders to heave up the lungs, and that's exhausting. That's 22,000 reps of a activity that these muscles were not actually meant to do in the first place. So not only can that cause like headaches and migraines, but it can cause fatigue because you're using those muscles much more than they're actually supposed to be used. So in order to take a diaphragmatic breath, you want to think about your diaphragm moving down on the inhale and pushing your belly out. So you can even put your hands at the bottom of your rib cage and feel as you breathe in the expansion on all sides. So you're going out to the side, out to the front, and your belly will expand if your diaphragm is being used. If you're struggling to do this sitting up, you can also try to do it laying down because then your diaphragm doesn't have to work against gravity. So try out this breathing exercise, and then as many times as you can think about it over the next week, retrain yourself to use this exercise as the normal way that you breathe when you're relaxed. Even when you're exercising, you can think about breathing through your nose for that extra little bit of support with the body. Do this for a week, then come back and let me know in the comments how you feel and how radically different your nervous system is from now till then.